Massive trade for NBA 2K20. What is up, guys? It is Pack here, and in today's video I'm talking about the blockbuster trade that's happened already before the trade deadline comes. It happened in the NBA, and I want to talk about it in NBA 2K20 as like a roster update. It was a 4-team trade of the Hawks, Rockets, the Nuggets, and also the Timberwolves. And I wanted to discuss which teams basically won the trade, which teams lost the trade, and why anyone did what they did. Before this video starts, if you're one of the 57% of viewers who watches these videos and is not subscribed, don't be lame, be an OG, join the Pack Nation, and subscribe. Let's get this started. I'm going to start with the Atlanta Hawks. They get Clint Capela from the Rockets, okay? That's actually pretty decent for them. 86 overall, Clint Capela, pretty dominant center in the NBA, averaging 14 points a game, 14 rebounds, almost 2 blocks on ridiculous field goal percentage. He has been amazing for the Rockets, or he was, and then the Rockets traded him, and it's so weird. And we'll talk about why in a second, but the Hawks get a major W for this. Now, they do let go of Evan Turner. They also let go of their Nets pick that they had. So they do let go of some pretty important things, but this is a steal for Clint Capela. They also get Nene. So they still have they have a pretty good backup center with Clint Capela. It's perfect for Trae Young. They still have John Collins. They picked up Jeff T. Well, they traded for him. And don't forget that they still have Jabari Parker. He's just injured. This team has some serious stuff. They have some young talent with Kevin Huerter, Damian Jones, Jonathan Bremry, DeAndre Hunter. They still have Vince Carter. There's still good stuff here. And they still have their pick for next year. And on top of all that, all they need to do is sign one really good free agent as a small forward, or at least a pretty decent one, and they have a really good team here. And I know you're thinking, man, Pack, you really think Atlanta's gonna be able to pull a good free agent onto the Hawks for next season? Bro, it's Atlanta. They got the stripper. No, but out of all seriousness, I'm sure they can find somebody in free agency that would willing to come to the team, and all of a sudden you have a really good team here. Especially in the East, they could absolutely do something. Trae Young, he's really lucky because a lot of these teams aren't able to build around a young player that fast, but Trae Young has been able to get all this talent immediately. It's going to be pretty sick next year for him. This is actually a team that could be pretty good. Also, they dropped Chandler Parsons from the team, so he doesn't exist anymore. Rest in peace. Now let's talk about the team that they directly basically traded with, and that is the Houston Rockets. Now this one's a weird one. Okay, so first of all, they get Robert Covington, which is okay, that's a small forward position that they were struggling with. Everybody they had in the small forward position was pretty bad. Eric Gordon was coming off the bench, to be fair, but Robert Covington now is an 80 overall, great defensive player, was first team all defense a couple years ago, I think, and also an amazing 3-point shooter. So you have that going for you. It's perfect for the team. It works perfectly well for them. But here's the problem. They let go of their center. Their center, which is going to get them boards. They could lob it to him. They kind of let go of that presence. And then they're like, we're going to start PJ Tucker at center. PJ Tucker's 6'5". How is he going to guard LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard, all these big players in the NBA, Rudy Gobert? What are you going to do? Even Jokic, what are you going to do when you're playing against those teams and you have nobody to guard them? And I guess, to be fair, they did also pick up Jordan Bell, who is 6'8". He is a center, so he could possibly do that. You also have someone that no one's really talking about, and that's Tyson Chandler. You still have him on the team. Sure, he only averages 2.6 rebounds a game, but per 36, he averages 11 rebounds a game. So, I guess he's a better rebounder than people think. Robert Covington, though, averaging 16 a game right now with 7 rebounds. He is perfect for this team. I don't know if this is going to work for them. This could either work really well or really bad, and I have no idea which one's going to be the case. But at the end of the day, what they had at the moment wasn't going to help them win a championship, and I feel like they needed to make a change, and they committed to this. And I think it's a bold move, but I think it's a move that might actually work. And then you have the Timberwolves. This is the team that took a major L. First of all, you don't have Robert Covington anymore or Jeff T, who were both 80 overalls on your team, and you pick up Malik Beasley, Evan Turner, Juan Hernangomez, and that's it. You also get the Nets first pick, which whatever, that's not a great pick. Juan averages 3 points a game, Evan Turner averages 3 points a game, and Malik Beasley averages 8 points a game, and on terrible field goal percentage. So what you got is basically a bunch of players that are not really going to help you, and that's it. All you have is Karl-Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins. This is what this team needs to do. They have to trade for D'Angelo Russell. This team is terrible how they are, and they just got even worse somehow, some way. Like, I'm actually impressed they were able to make this even worse of a situation for themselves. They need to get D'Angelo Russell on this team. Don't be afraid to trade Andrew Wiggins. He has not worked for this team. Keep Karl-Anthony Towns, make him happy, keep him happy. How the Hawks have kept Trae Young happy by making these trades. The Timberwolves have to do something to keep Karl-Anthony Towns happy. So that's what I think they did, is that they're trading pieces so that they could trade other pieces. Like maybe they're setting something up, hopefully, because if not, they look pretty bad right now, because that is not going to work for the Timberwolves at all. And finally, the last team that was involved in this trade is the Nuggets. Now, the Nuggets have a really good thing going on. They traded Malik Beasley, Juan Hernangomez, and what they get in return is Shabazz Napier, who is an awesome player to have. 9.6 points per game, 5 assists a game. Not great field goal percentage, but not terrible either. Just not a good 3-point field goal percentage. But for the most part, he's been playing well. You also get Noah Vonleh, and the one that's pretty important, you get Gerald Green, who may be injured for the season, but you'll have him next year. And Gerald Green is good. 12 points a game, 9.2 points a game. I mean, I think you upgraded as a team overall with these trades. Whoever runs the Nuggets needs a raise. Whoever's the GM for the Nuggets needs a raise, because he's making this team even better somehow, and I'm impressed for sure. But what do you guys think? Do you guys agree with 2K or disagree? What do you guys think about the trade? Is this trade cash or trash for who? Leave it in the comments below. And if you like my channel, give it a sub, and I'll see you guys next time.